Meteorologist Rachel Kay here, and I'm joined by a very special guest, Tom Padham. Very happy to have you here today, an observer and education specialist with the Mount Washington Observatory.
So I am here on the summit of Mount Washington, which is located in north-central New Hampshire in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. It's the tallest peak in the northeastern United States, but it's really much more famous for being one of the windiest places on Earth. So wind is definitely our claim to fame here.
Yeah, I've been there as a tourist myself. It's been many years, but it's so fun when it's not too windy to be able to kind of lean into those winds, let it support you. But I know you've experienced much stronger gusts. Tell us what it's like to kind of be out there and around it.
Yeah, so we live and work up here on the mountain for a week at a time, and we're routinely seeing hurricane force winds here basically every other day during the winter season. It gets really difficult to even stand in place in a 70 or 80 mile an hour wind there. And so we're doing our best to maintain all the instrumentation up here, keep things in place, fix parts if something needs to be repaired, things like that. Basically, we do the best that we can in sheltered spots especially, but it is very, very difficult as you get to winds of about 100 miles an hour or so.
And what is the strongest wind that's ever been recorded there?
So the strongest wind that we've seen here on the summit was 231 miles an hour, which was a world record wind speed at the time in April 12th, 1934 there. It's still the highest winds that there's physically people here present on the mountain. There was actually 3 weather observers and actually 7 cats here riding out a 200-mile-an-hour windstorm. Pretty incredible.
Oh my gosh, I'm very glad the cats made it through okay. The people too, of course, but I cannot even imagine that. That is well into EF5 category in terms of tornado wind speed. So yeah, that's a lot to withstand. Wow. Can you tell us briefly what makes it such a unique location that's able to see that kind of wind on such a regular basis?
So we are the tallest peak in the Northeast here, but really on a global scale, you wouldn't expect a 6,000-foot mountain to see the wind conditions that we see. But because Mount Washington is the tallest peak around for almost 1,000 miles, nothing's really interrupting the wind as it's coming towards the mountain. And then the shape of the terrain actually has this large-scale kind of funneling effect where basically we're taking a big air mass, forcing it to squeeze, compress, and accelerate as it blasts itself out the mountain here. So that's one really unique aspect of why we see high winds here. We're also in one of the stormier parts of the world here in northern New England, so we're seeing plenty of opportunities for bad weather. We're really making it a lot worse in addition to that, given the unique topography that we have here.
Yeah, so the topography kind of enhances it. Real quick before we go, if people want to learn more information, where can they go?
They can head to mountwashington.org.